Well, the ISIL militants have reportedly shut all schools in areas they control in eastern Syria, according to the Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights. The announcement came after the ISIL held a meeting with school administrators on the outskirts of Dayr al-Zawr. The militants informed the school officials that they were developing a new education curriculum to replace the current one. They also said the teachers should undergo an instructional course for 1 month to learn about the changes. The ISIL is tightening its rules on civilian life in Dayr al-Zawr province, which has fallen under near complete control of the militants. The government still controls a military air base on the outskirts of the provincial capital and other small areas inside the city. Human rights activist Ryan Dawson joins us now from Nara, Japan, to give us more on that story. Mr. Dawson, welcome to the program. It seems that the terror campaign of the ISIL is now branching out into various other aspects. The shutting down of schools and revising the curriculum could probably mean that they're in it for the long run.
They think they're in it for the long run,
Absolutely.
but they lost. In the military aspect, they lost bad in eastern Syria this week, particularly today. So typical of their behavior, they're being bullies, picking on school children now, trying to rewrite their curriculum, but I wouldn't hold my breath on that. They say they're just going to be teaching religion. I wouldn't say they're even going to do that. They're not going to hold that very long. The Syrian army has retaken the oil fields and the infrastructure that they need, and ISIS's days are numbered.
Mr. Dawson, what has changed ever since the so-called U.S.-led coalition started its aerial campaign against the ISIL? Many believe that the attacks have been insufficient. Many put a question mark over the intentions of the United States and its allies in the first place.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't give them the benefit of the doubt. They're not sincerely trying to wipe out ISIL. ISIL was a pretext for the U.S. to get airstrikes into Syria to attack Syrian infrastructure for their own economic interests. The United States has been looking for a pretext to invade Syria since 2003. They've been funding the FSA, which is every bit as bad as ISIS, who have also been cutting off heads and eating people and eating organs. And now we have John McCain, since the Republicans won the Senate recently, being the head of the Armed Service Committee, and so the U.S. would step things up. But what they say to the public about fighting ISIL and what they're actually doing, financing terrorism all over the world, not only in Syria, but you have MEK, you have Jandala, you have a number of despots all over Africa that the U.S. finances openly. They have no interest whatsoever in helping the Syrian people or helping anybody. They're in it for their own economic interests, and a lot of it is beholden to Zionist interests from Israel.
Human rights activist Ryan Dawson, thank you for your comments, sir.